Hello everyone and welcome to the Cobra Corner. In today's episode I'm going to be reviewing episode 5 of season 4, titled Match Point. I have to mention that this will not be a spoiler-free review and I will dive deep into the spoilers, so if you are yet to watch season 4 of Cobra Kai or Cobra Kai in general, now would be the time to avoid this video. The episode begins where we left off last video, and Daniel is shocked and angered to see Silver. But Silver completely understands and apologises and assures Daniel that he isn't the same man from before. Silver agrees to keep the peace so long as Daniel and Johnny's students do the same. At Cobra Kai, Silver and Kreese gather the students together and reveal that there will be no more fighting with Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang. Kreese seems unsatisfied with this though. Daniel reveals to Johnny about Terry Silver and what happened in Karate Kid 3. But they argue about how they should address the problem. Johnny believes that Daniel thinks he's better than him because he beat him at the All Valley of 84 by a point. Johnny and Daniel actually settle on an agreement to have a rematch, and first to 3 points wins, tournament style. Meanwhile at the school, Dimitri is researching on Terry Silver. Hulk's hair is now purple. We get a nice reference to the first Karate Kid film when Hulk asks Dimitri, 1 week, 5 weeks? How many weeks is weeks in relation to how soon Hulk's ex, Moon, had been single? The Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang students learn of the rematch between Johnny and Daniel. In talking with Amanda about the rematch, Amanda asks Daniel if there are any more Cobra Kais that are going to come back and make their lives hell. Daniel originally tells her no, however he then refrains from that statement and says he can't be sure. It's likely Daniel is referring to Mike Barnes when he says this. We move to Johnny, who can be seen training in a montage. We get to see some footage from Karate Kid that wasn't used, featuring Johnny and Daniel. Johnny seems to be taking this rematch very seriously. At the LaRusso household, Daniel and Sam talk about the idea of Daniel and Johnny having a rematch, which eventually turns into an argument surrounding Sam wanting to pursue both karate styles of Eagle Fang as well as Miyagi-Do to give her the best chance possible at the tournament. Silver is leading drills at Cobra Kai and once again makes a point of telling the students that they will get revenge at the tournament and until then to focus on training. Silver dismisses the class. Kreese looks on in concern before telling Silver that they both need to have a little chat. Back at Johnny's apartment, he is focusing his training on how to counter the crane kick. He asks Miguel for his help, but Miguel is reluctant to and would much prefer if they didn't fight at all. Reverting back to the LaRusso household and Daniel is training for the rematch. He speaks to Miyagi and believes fighting Johnny is the only way to move forward. He hopes that if it goes wrong, Miyagi can forgive him. Silver and Kreese sit down over dinner and Kreese makes it clear to Silver that he doesn't want Cobra Kai to ever back down from a fight, whether if that's in or outside of a tournament. Kreese believes that Silver's teachings are confusing the Cobra Kai students. Hulk is at the tattoo parlor where Cobra Kai attack him. He fends them off, but they gain the upper hand and pin him down. Robbie grabs a razor. Daniel and Johnny prepare for their rematch, except the whole class is there. They both agree to finish it, and the fight starts. Johnny scores the first point via a reverse punch. In the midst of all this happening, Mitch and Chris are both on commentary and they're providing some great lines. Daniel makes it 1-1 with a jump front kick. Daniel then takes the lead with a reverse punch of his own. Daniel tries to disable Johnny's arm, but Johnny nonetheless managed to land a takedown and gets the point to make it 2-2 after striking Daniel. For the winning point there is actually confusion as LaRusso and Lawrence both seem to score the winning point. Whilst Daniel lands a kick to Johnny's head, Johnny lands a back fist to Daniel's head, both at the same exact time. Inability to decide a winner between the two dojos is stopped when Hulk appears at Miyagi-Do with his hood up. He pulls his hood down and reveals his mohawk has been ruined at the hands of Cobra Kai. Argument ensues between Johnny and Daniel and both dojos agree to go their separate ways for good, meaning the coalition is off and the episode then ends. For me, this episode had a perfect mix of everything that's good about Cobra Kai. We had some original Karate Kid references in there, we had a good chunk of Silver and Kreese, and best of all, the LaRusso and Lawrence rivalry was reignited once more. It's a shame that Miyagi Fang has officially come to an end, and I would have personally liked to see how the two dojos came up against Cobra Kai at the tournament as a united force, but ultimately I think we all know it's unrealistic to think that two complete contradictory styles would be able to coexist. Speaking of contradictions, at Cobra Kai, Terry Silver and John Kreese seem to have different ideas on how they should deliver the Cobra Kai lessons. Terry Silver wanted to take a less brutal approach. I feel like our season is really starting to come to a head, and the next 5 episodes will be very enjoyable. That's all we have time for today at the Cobra Corner. Please leave your thoughts on this episode below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.